Winnipeg. Okay, Mike Babcock, good luck keeping the lid on fan expectations for the next few days at least. With the coach preaching cautious optimism through the summer when the Maple Leafs acquired Patrick Marleau, made moves on defense and had no significant health or contract issues, Toronto stormed out of the gate and beat the Jets 72 in front of a shocked crowd at Bell MTS Place. They did it despite 8 penalties, some whistled under stricter league guidelines, all killed off, led by Frederik Andersen. By the time Winnipeg scored on its 34th shot, Toronto was up by 6 on its way to its best season-opening goal total in almost 30 years. 4 Toronto penalties were called before the end of the first period. It was a good night for ourselves. A lot of guys got off with goals. You score early, you don't have to worry about pressure building. Austin Matthews didn't get 4 goals as he did a year earlier in his debut, but had a 3-point night, with Marleau getting a pair. Nazem Kadri had the thrill of scoring the first goal of the entire National Hockey League season, which also started James Van Riemsdyk's 3-point night. Rookie Andreas Borgman recorded an assist. But back to Andersen and the overworked Leafs penalty kill. You know how hockey is, Babcock said. They score on one of those early power plays, they get confidence, we lose some and the game could be different. Andersen's body language spoke volumes about his confidence. We settled in after the first 10 minutes, in a tough building to play in, Andersen said. You know there will be a lot of small things called, like Leo Komarov's visor violation, but hopefully we figure that out soon. Until Mark Scheifele beat him with 8 minutes to play, Andersen looked ready to become the first Leafs goalie to open the season with a road shutout since Ed Belfour in Pittsburgh in 2002. Coincidentally, that's the last Leafs goalie to win 30 in consecutive years, a good possibility for the Dane this season. Among those Andersen blanked, Leafs nemesis Patrick Laine, who had 5 goals in their 2 previous meetings, and countryman Nikolai Ehlers, who signed a 7-year $42 million US deal earlier in the day. I think we did a good job of not letting Laine and the dangerous Dustin Byfuglien get too many opportunities, Andersen said. Now we're getting to know Laine's shot more and try and take it away. The Leafs, getting a rough reception from fans ready for the Jets to experience their own growth spurt, gave up 16 shots late in the first period. That was largely on Morgan Rielly and Connor Brown getting called for high of sticking, with a minor also called on Komarov for equipment violation. But with the Jets shorthanded for the first time, Kadri banged in a rebound from Van Riemsdyk and Tyler Bozak, who then added another at even strength. Bozak's second effort on a face-off against the tough Scheifele, getting it to Van Riemsdyk for a one-timer. Before anyone thought the Kid Snipers were going to take the night off, Matthews dropped to Jake Gardiner on a delayed penalty and William Nylander finished off into an open net. After Winnipeg flubbed their 4th and 5th power play to start the middle period, the second call a ridiculous 6 Leafs below the hash marks before it was detected, Marleau swooped in to beat Steve Mason. That was his first as a Leaf after 508 in San Jose, covering nearly 20 years. That was pretty darn close to how you'd want to see it the first game go, Marleau said. The guys played great tonight, Freddie held us in and we got some goals. Matthews and Mitch Marner assisted on his first goal. You could see they were hungry out there, not only in games but in practice, Marleau said. You can feed off that for sure. Marleau's second of the night to start the third saw Mason lifted after 5 goals on 20 shots for Connor Hellebuyck. When newcomers Marleau, Ron Hainsey and Andreas Borgman stepped on the ice, they made it 966 players to have appeared for the Leafs, St. Patrick's and arenas, spanning 100 years. Coach Paul Maurice thought his Jets were ready for their close-up. They're looking forward to this, Maurice said before the game. They've practiced a lot, it's been 5 weeks of camp. There's still plenty to do. They won't get those kinds of long and detailed practices very often, but they're ready to go. The Leafs need some work, too, defensively and with discipline, but for this night, they could laugh off their mistakes. Leo burned by visor rule. Leo Komarov will have to be more wiser about his visor. Never comfortable with the facial protection the whole NHL has gravitated towards, the veteran winger found himself in the penalty box in the first period for illegal equipment, his visor sitting too high on his head. I could feel it right away when I stepped on the ice, that the referee was watching me, Komarov said. The referee told me it was up, but I put it down. They changed the rules, maybe it's my helmet that was up and not the visor. Those are the rule changes we have to go through. An angry coach Mike Babcock grabbed Komarov's helmet before he went to the box to try and show the officials it was within regulations, but lost the argument and decided best not to share his thoughts about the incident with the media. Maybe we should glue it on him, joked center Tyler Bozak. Thank God we killed it off, Komarov said, L. Hornby at postmedia.com.